Hello, and welcome to Excellence in All Things, where we highlight those making a meaningful impact in our communities and beyond. I'm your host, Barbara Golar, and today I have the pleasure of welcoming Edson, the host of the legendary Images Art Exhibit. They're here to share a story. Sorry, he's here. Sorry about that. He's here to share the story behind the Pan Multicultural Art Exposition and this extraordinary showcase with creativity, cultural happenings everywhere. Actually, right here in San Gabriel Valley. So I'm so excited to really have him in studio today. And so I'd like for us to welcome Alan.
It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon with you, Barbara.
I'm so happy that you're here also, and very excited about the exhibit that's coming up, or is happening right now. So tell us a little bit more about how this even came into being.
Well, as you know, your viewing audience probably doesn't know, but for the past 6 years, I've been president of the Pasadena branch of the NAACP. I've transitioned away from that role and started a new career for myself. And so part of that, reinvention of myself, I'm hosting an art show. And we're calling the art show Where Our Roots Meet. Art is a language of unity. Our show is a multicultural art exhibit that features Haitian artists, but centers the voices of and visions of Russian, Native American, Black, Cuban, Middle Eastern, African, and Chinese backgrounds. This curated experience seeks to bridge communities by highlighting cultural intersections through visual art, ancestral storytelling, and shared themes of resilience, identity, displacement, and healing.
Well, I have to share with the audience here is that I've been in that space, and just the sheer energy of the art pieces that's in there is it's really hard to even describe what you feel. And even with these few pieces, which we will go over and you will explain to us what we have here, I feel that energy that we have here.
Well, I'm happy for that, and really the whole spirit of the thing is an aha moment. Um, we aim to foster dialogue among diverse audiences and encourage cross-cultural empathy and create an inclusive platform for underrepresented artists' artistic expression. This project is not only a celebration of cultural uniqueness, but is a vital act of collective remembrance and future building. The purpose of our art exhibit
That was my next question.
is to foster global understanding, empathy, and unity by celebrating the diverse cultural narratives of humanity through art.
I don't know, because you're just the one. Excuse me. You're just the one that is hosting. But do you know how the name Legendary Images came about?
Well, Jabari is a business person,
Uh huh.
and this is his business. What the inspiration is behind it, I'm not really certain. But it's a great name.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. So again, just give us also a little bit of background on Jabari,
Uh,
because he's the, what do you call it? The art broker, or is that what you call it?
he assembled the art collection.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so Jabali is, like I said, businessman.
Uh huh.
and he accumulated all this art over time. And I'm providing a venue for him to display the art, talk about the pieces, and God willing, sell a few pieces.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, for me, the excitement that I had, even walking into the space and seeing all the amazing art pieces, is that it's right here locally. That we don't have to travel to LA. That it's right here in San Gabriel Valley, and actually in Pasadena. So that actually brought me great joy, is to be able to see the those types of pieces right here, as opposed to having to go out to Los Angeles or actually go to a museum. Because I mean, as you can see here, I mean, what you've brought here are amazing pieces. So actually, on that note, even with speaking about these pieces, why don't you give us a little background, or share with us the pieces that you brought here?
Oh, most definitely. uh, the piece to my left is Countryside Along the Waterway by Metallus. Is it appropriate to say how much it's going for? And this is a Haitian painting, and it just shows some of the relaxed environment on a river. I tried to bring some pieces that were universal, that would just capture the diversity of some of the artists and their point of view. And so again, this is tranquility and peace.
Yeah.
And when we start talking about unity, that's what unity is going to bring us, is tranquility and peace. The piece in the middle, this is of a Native American. Again, this wants to speak to the diversity of the exhibit. This piece is She, Her, and They by Congdon. And I just like this piece.
This is beautiful.
It speaks, to the Native American spirit, the vitality of the colors that are used. Also kind of is very spirited, if you will. I just like it. I think it exhibits power.
Yes.
That's what another attribute that we get from unity is strength and power. And this is from our featured artist, Martino Darce. And he is a local Pasadena artist from Haiti. And this is entitled Women of the Market. And he kind of has used this theme. This is a recent painting from 2024. And so you'll see a lot of these similar pieces in the exhibit of women gathered together, cooking, showing food. And so it's just a gathering of women doing their thing. And so, again, I like the colors. In the times that we're living right now, we really need to be unified.
Yeah. Now, also, I remember correctly from the last time I was there, you also have some, oh my goodness, pottery. Is that what it is?
Yes, we're also exhibiting some ceramic work
Yes, ceramic work.
from another local artist, Darina Abbas Samad. Darina had taught in the Pasadena School District for 25 plus years and has recently retired.
Yeah.
And so it just shows some of the additional creativity and the different forms of art and how they are presented. And so again, I think we're offering a variety of different, I hate to say products, but artistic offerings that people can enjoy.
Now, I have a question. So, of all those pieces, the pieces that I've seen, how were they selected to be displayed?
Well, the art that's on the walls, that was kind of a mutual agreement between Jabali and I. And we just tried to pick a flow. And so, we're in a penthouse suite. And to get to the suite, you have to get on an elevator. And so once the elevator door opens, it's like bam.
Bam, yeah. And that is the truth. I'm going to tell you right now, that is the truth.
And then so we try to continue, that feeling. As you, walk in to the studio and look around, it's just bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam,
Yes,
bam.
yes, yes.
But then, it starts showing the whole diversity of the show. And so after that initial aha, you got a Japanese painting with, a Chinese painting with Chinese fishbowl vases. And it just goes on from there. And then as we go around the room, you'll see more Native American art. You'll see Russian art. And there's some Middle Eastern art. And then we've got some a section just highlighting women. And then we close that out with some more, I would say, abstract Haitian art. And then we also have some sculptures from East Africa, Makandi sculptures. And, these sculptures are absolutely beautiful carvings.
They are.
And,
Oh, my goodness.
These wood carvings were also used by Pablo Picasso
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
as a foundation for his artistic innovation of introducing Cubism to painting.
How long has this been going on? I mean, when did you open up?
We opened up in May. In my role as president of the NAACP in Pasadena, we hosted 3 different art exhibits. This was my first crack at doing hosting an art exhibit of my own that I was responsible for. And so to be honest with you, we did a very clumsy job of launching the show. Um, we were a little late on the flyers. Um, the timing didn't quite work out on hanging all the art in what we consider to be appropriate locations in the studio. And we didn't do a good job of just outreaching to people. And so we got off to a rough start. But in this whole process, it's been about learning.
Yes.
And, just kind of just understanding what we're doing. And again, I mentioned that this isn't just a black thing. This is to be a transformative experience. We want to change perceptions. And the first perception is just our location. We're on the third floor. And so we've got exquisite views of Linda Vista. We've got exquisite...
It's beautiful.
We've got exquisite
beautiful.
views of downtown Pasadena. We also challenge biases. This is not a ghetto show. And so, and then of course, we want to build bridges across communities. And so, we want to do something to your spirit, when you get up there.
Yeah.
And not just show you some art and, leave it at that. We want to inspire conversation.
Yeah.
And we want to also get to some of the feelings that the show gives you. And, I'm stuck on this whole aha thing.
Yeah. Well, you've had some people that have come through and have made some comments. So what are some of the comments people that have come said?
This is beautiful. It's probably the number one.
Yeah.
And I have built my network, really from my experience of being president of the NAACP. And so, people don't understand the depth of myself. And, to see this art on a wall, it's like, I need to know more about you, Alan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, that's also a good feeling.
Yeah.
Because, I love talking. and so when I get rolling, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
And then the quality of the art.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Just even looking at these pieces right here, the quality is just unbelievable. And
so I think that also is very impactful. And then of course seeing the different presentations. Is that we've got some creativity between Jabali and I. That people didn't get to see as a community activist / leader.
Yes, very true, very true.
And so people get to that and it's like it's more to me than just civil rights.
Yeah.
But it's all in the same package.
Right. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. Now, so you started in May, opened up, kind of letting people know kind of gradually, like you said, you didn't get off to a really good start, but letting people know. So how long is this going to go on to?
Right now, we're scheduled to go through end of July.
Okay.
And I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to extend that date.
I hope so.
And But what I have come to realize is that whatever is in store for my future, art's going to be a part of it. And so, whatever my journey takes me, I'm gonna bring art and culture along with me.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about the exhibit?
Well, again, I think it's a beautiful exhibit. First off, I think it's a must see. Of course, we're into it for the business aspect of it, but I just want people to come.
Yes.
Because, I've reinvented myself. And so the depth of my personality has been allowed to be expressed in a different way. And I've also learned that artists really have a tough time.
Yes.
And that's basically because they don't have the venues. And that's why I say, I want to, whatever my evolution is as a personality, I want to bring art with me.
Yeah.
Because it does something different to people. And I think, our creativity needs to be expressed in a lot more ways.
Yes, I agree.
This has afforded me the platform to do that.
Well, so on that note, share with the friends out there where they can come to experience the art.
Well, we are at the corner of Lincoln and Orange Grove. If you come to Pasadena and know anything about Pasadena, we are above the new location for Perry's Joint, which is located at 620 Lincoln. We're in a relatively new complex, and we're on the commercial side of the complex, and so we're on the Lincoln side. And so between 620 and 640, there's a gate. You'll need to call me at 626-482-5652, and I'll come down, or somebody will come down and take you up the elevator to the third floor, and you too can have a aha experience.
And you are open during the week, on the weekends, and what are the hours?
So during the week, from Monday to Friday, viewing is by appointment only.
Okay.
And so you'll need to call that number again, 626-482-5652, to make a reservation. We're open on Saturday and Sundays from 1 to 5 p.m. And again, you'll still need to call so somebody can escort you up the elevator to the studio.
And again, like what Alan shared, the address and the telephone number, that will be down at the end of this, at the end of the show. That will be there, so you don't have to quickly write it down. It'll be there, and those of you that's watching it on YouTube, it will be in the description. And so on that note, I want to thank you so much for coming, and I'm so excited, about this actually happening here in San Gabriel Valley.
So am I. And again, we're short on venues. And as you mentioned earlier, usually if you want to see something of any cultural vitality, you've got to go to Los Angeles. So you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You can come to City of Roses and spend some time and get a whole different feel for what's happening.
Yeah.
Um, and again, just come on out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm also excited because here in Monrovia we have MAFA, and so the president of MAFA has contacted me. Also, I think he'll be going out to seeing the workout in Pasadena, but was also thinking about us even having something here in Monrovia. So
That is something we can definitely talk about.
yeah,
Again, the whole purpose is really to give artists a venue.
right, exactly.
And I didn't realize that there were so many artists out here.
Yeah,
And so, the variety of points of view that are expressed is incredible.
yeah,
And so, come on out and see, about creativity.
yeah.
If anything, it may inspire you to be creative, whatever field you,
Right, exactly.
participate in.
Yeah,
And so, it's really good, just to grow.
yes, 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 yes. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for sharing this. I'm so excited about actually seeing more and actually coming out to the space again.
Well, Barbara, it's my pleasure. And thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Again, come out. Thank you so much for watching the show, Excellence in All Things, and the information about the art exhibit. It will be at the end during the credits. It will be there. And have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us.